Hello, my powerful one, Lenka Lutonska here, creator of Business Energetics. And hey, in just last few days, when I'm recording this, we've had so many amazing new clients stepping into Business Energetics Academy, and my heart is so full and abundance, it's flowing. In fact, in terms of the sales and cash, in terms of cash, it's like well over 6 figures in just a few days and counting, of course. And who doesn't love this energy? I love this energy, and I'm so freaking privileged and blessed that I made it my normal because it makes me happy. Yes, personally, it gives me masses of freedom, and it helps me to become a woman that I've always dreamt to be. It helps my team, it helps my family, abundance for everyone, but also the ease through which we receive. I remember a time, even in my business energetics business, which I marked the beginning of it 10 years ago, when I really let go of everything that held me safe, and I went online with deep desire and commitment to serve clients globally and on a big scale. That was 10 years ago. But I remember even since then, even though I started to practice business energetics, I started to dive into it and connect the strategy and energy together and let the soul lead. Of course, there were plenty of times when I fell into little human, when I felt like there is not enough clients, and where do I find more clients? What do I need to do to find more clients? What am I doing wrong? Why am I feeling stuck? There were plenty of those moments. And these are the moments I want every single one of you to let go of and instead experience what is my normal, and I just so deeply appreciate it. And sometimes I want to cry out of happiness because there is none of this. What do I need to do? And let's get more clients. There is so much ease. And when clients are making their investment decisions and stepping into Business Energetics Academy or become my VIP client, when they're stepping through the threshold of their identity, and it's not comfortable sometimes, really it's out of that I desire it. I don't need it. Lenka is not pushing on me that this is the last chance ever. We're not creating these amazing sales because I have got some, newest techniques in a marketplace or convincing or push. None of that. I feel nowadays 100% of the time in my soul essence and in the energy of simple invitation. And that is so priceless. That is so priceless that if I could bottle it up and give it to you, I would give it to you. But of course, I know that I can't just give it to you. But what I can do is, number one, invite you to Business Energetics Academy or become my VIP client, because you will be in that energy, of course. And number two, I can create videos like this where I can give you some things to inspire you to be able to embody that energy so you can create an avalanche of clients and abundance flowing to you as your normal, without pushing, without convincing. So today, what I have for you is 5 beliefs that make it so in my world. Because again, I said it already, there is no clever strategy behind it. It's simply energy. So a little bit of business energetics today through sharing 5 of my strongly embodied beliefs that simply make it so, okay? And by the way, I also have got for you incredible little gift today at the end of this video that will take all of this topic further. So let's dive in. First and foremost, what I deep down know, that my offerings are simply a doorway to my energy, and that is priceless. In fact, I kind of put 2 beliefs in one, but one is that really that perception that it doesn't matter what you sell or what I sell, these are like a wrapping paper of your energy field. It's inside of that wrapping paper of the offering will be a certain energy that client is stepping into. And by the way, it doesn't matter whether you sell a product or service, it always applies. So for instance, let's say if somebody is buying a certain product, let's say I wear now my little beautiful Celine belt. Now this belt, when I bought it, it was, I don't know, 430, 450 pounds, which doesn't make sense to buy a belt for this much money. But I bought it because, oh, I love this symbolism. It speaks to my soul, and I love the quality of the belt. I love the bit of luxury. It resonates with who I am. It's in match with the high value woman I am. I love it. I love it. I love it. So I happily invested in belt like this. It doesn't matter what you sell. I didn't buy this out of logic that this belt is, I don't know, going to last me longer, or none of that. It was pure energy and the identity that I was stepping into. That's what every purchase carries. That's what your offerings carry. Same thing for me. I know that my offerings and programs within Business Energetics Academy or working with me on an intimate private level as VIP client is simply a doorway to my energy. And it's priceless. This is a very important thing. It's priceless. In other words, I am deeply in the value of that who I am, that which I've got to offer. And you, my dear one, no matter what you sell, you've got to be in a full value of that who you are and that which you sell, which is your essence, your energy in a nutshell. You see, I explained this a little more because for some of you it may be a little esoteric concept, too esoteric concept. What do you mean? The product or service is a doorway to energy field. What I mean by it, I'll give you one more example. Let's say you're buying Instagram course, the course that is going to help you to grow Instagram followers. Well, there are many approaches to grow Instagram followers, so you could buy it from this creator, that creator. But what you're actually buying when you buy this course is, apart from the possible strategies, you're actually buying blueprint of individual creator. You're buying what they believe, the beliefs they developed over time about Instagram, how it works, their knowledge, what they know. And that which they know is not just information based, it's experience based, it's beliefs and decisions based, and it becomes part of that energy that you're stepping into. So indirectly, that course creator, each specific course creator on Instagram Growth, will be selling you and passing over their own beliefs about how Instagram works, how clients work, and so forth. So it's energy. It is energy that you're stepping into, and then you're exposed to, you're in that energy field. Does that make sense? So for instance, I know that my clients stepping into Business Energetics Academy program or into my VIP offerings, they are, yes, getting the wholeness of business energetics, powerful curriculum working with their energy. But really what they're also getting is that Phoenix energy, meaning turning even the greatest failure, which I experienced in real life, and bankrupt business into millions metaphorically and physically. So turning any yuck into gold. So they're getting certainly that's part of my energy. Next, they're getting that limitless thinking energy, because I truly believe that it's limitless what we can create, who we can be, what we can have, and I live by. That's why I create in my life what felt to my past selves miraculous manifestations from the body, relationships, house, money, and so forth. So that's what the clients are stepping into. That's what they're receiving directly and indirectly. And I'm very clear on that. So this will be your first call to action, is to really, truly start appreciating more powerfully and clearly what energy, identity, transformations, tangible and intangible, you already carry as you are. Not as you want to be, as you are. That's important. For instance, when I started this incredible business 10 years ago, no, I didn't have millions, I didn't have so many clients, my work didn't span 184 countries, no. But what I had and what I appreciated about myself is that I really stepped into identity when I'm certain, when I know that anything is possible. And I shared with my clients from there how, no, I'm not yet making full-time income in this business, online business that I switched into, as I used to make in my old business or in my past job. But I know I'm going to. I know it for certain. So I was selling, if you like, those codes of certainty. Come on this journey with me, get fully booked, because let's do this, we're doing this together. If you're not fully booked with your soul-aligned clients, enough of that. I'm saying enough of that. You gotta say enough of that. Let's do this together, and I'll share what I carry, my rich experience from past. I'll support you massively. So I appreciate it about myself where I am fully, so I could with greater clarity just naturally express it, not by forcing the words or strategies and so forth. It just would come out naturally, that energy would come out naturally of who I am, what I carry, what are the transformations. This is the first thing for you. You've got to really acknowledge that who you are right now is of a massive value to others. And what is it that you have that is of a massive values? What is it that you already embodied? Appreciate. And again, if it's sometimes too difficult to appreciate because there is more that you're out to become, of course, there is always more for all of us. Change that reference point from what you perceive the future to perhaps your past, or to perhaps those that do not have a privilege yet to embody what you fully embodied. Okay? And before we continue, I would love to give a quick shout out to the sponsor of today's video, and that is Business Energetics Academy. Because honestly, what else would it be? Because it's Business Energetics Academy where business beyond logic, where wild wealth beyond limits, where limitless success beyond strategy, and where fulfillment beyond measure don't just become possible, they become inevitable. And so if you're watching this and thinking, hey, I want to grow my business from this place and I want to be a co-architect of this new global paradigm in the world, well, you're already being called into the field of Business Energetics Academy. The link is below this video and you will know if it's for you. And for now, let's continue with the magic, shall we? Second deeply embodied beliefs behind the six-figure cash weeks and so forth is that I follow energy, not logic. I simply so believe in energy and in intuitive ideas coming from my higher self, not from my little human. Is that aspect of you when you feel, let's say, stuck or confused or I don't know what's happening, it's not working. When you start trying for solution, what do I need to sell from to get more money, to get myself unstuck? What will work? What will people buy? It's so common in the world, and it doesn't work really well. If it was working, everyone would be fully fulfilled multi-millionaire. Now, the little human will take you somewhere, but when you start following the trail of energy through the authentic desire, you open so much more possibilities, and this really is what brings to my world an abundance of clients, money, and so forth. So one example, personal example, at one point in this beautiful business, I felt called, genuinely called, to bring a program, energetics program, into my home country, Slovakia. But there is so much perception about my beautiful country of Slovakia and Czech Republic and the clients in those territories. People can't afford it. People don't invest in this personal or business development. You can't be too much. Everyone will judge. There is just so much perception about this territory. And I was exposed to that, and I was even doubting, is it going to be worth it really to come with this work to my beloved home country? But I thought, I'm not going to follow the logic. If I follow my logic, it will tell me it's not worth it and it's just way too much work. I need to translate everything and so forth. Way too much work. But I didn't. I told myself, well, if there's a genuine calling, genuine desire, which there was, that means that's all the evidence that I need that clients are ready and all elements are ready, and I'll just follow this energy. And I did, and you know what happened? It translated into my first 7-figure program launch, and it translated into hundreds of incredible, powerful women stepping into their most powerful self. It translated into so many and incredible transformations that I know are still working in their individual lives, in the lives of their clients, in the country. So thank goodness I followed my heart and my soul, meaning followed energy trail rather than logic trail, little human thoughts, which would just never allow me to do this. No point, nobody will buy, and so forth. Another example is from one of my past VIP clients, Emily, who was having this dilemma one month. Lenka, I deeply desire and decide that this will be my first 50K month. She decided, and I'm in a dilemma because my heart energy is telling me sell 1K course, like deliver this 1K course. Logic is telling me I could just focus on a high level offering and sell few of those. What do I do? And of course, I guided her to her heart, to energy, not the logic. And yes, it was, of course, her first 50K month to the letter in a way that she could not consciously expect. In other words, I'm going to grab a paper, just give me a moment. Ignore this, I'm repurposing a paper, but we often, our little human, thinks in terms of the growing sales revenues, getting more clients, getting your business to the next level, and so forth, linearly, like this. I know you probably can't even see, but linearly. More effort, more strategy, more something I put into, more energy I put into it. So this is how it's going to happen, step by step type of thing. That's logic. That's path of logic. I get from here, I get to there. Do you know what you're doing when you follow the trail of energy, heart and soul? You go from here to here in a different way, in this way. Ta-da. Ta-da. That's what happens when you follow energy trail rather than logic trail. Okay? So yes, I always follow energy over logic. The third belief I live by is that clients and money follow clarity. Clarity is very, very important, not just for you to be clear of what is it that you're offering, what is that so valuable, but also for your clients. So we're working with our clients, yes, their soul, their identity, but also their human mind and nervous system. And their mind needs to understand clearly why they're being called into your energy, into your offering, whatever it might be. So it works in buying process like this. First, emotion comes. So let's say you're in a beautiful store with beautiful clothes and you see a dress or a piece of garment and you think, wow, I love it. I love it. So emotionally, and I'll say this, energetically, you know this is yours. It calls you. But then your mind and body needs to agree. So what you do in a shop with beautiful clothes is perhaps you'll try it and you go through the buying strategy. Maybe do I need it? Can I afford this? Whatever that buying strategy is, you're filtering this experience through your past experiences and so forth. And presumably, if it fits and so forth, depending on what your internal strategy is, those filters are, that buying strategy is, you either buy it or not independently of what was that first feeling. This works like this when you are selling your genius. What we, especially the purpose-driven entrepreneurs, conscious entrepreneurs, soul-driven entrepreneurs, spiritual entrepreneurs, what we often forget is that our potential clients, they have got their minds also, and we've got to appreciate it. So we've got to help them, their minds, to make sense why they're being called into your offerings. So it's instant. The energetic identity is being called, like, I want to work with her, I want to work with him, I want to know, have what they have, type of thing. But then the mind kicks in, the buying strategy kicks in, and the more you can make their mind safe, assured, and clear, bigger your sales revenues will be. More clients you will serve, more clients will say, ah, yes, it makes sense. Now, there are some clients, I'm one of those, I've served some of those clients on a high level who do not need the logically know why they're being called. They just really, really follow their intuition, their energy, they trust it. And they say sometimes, like, I don't know why, I just know I've got to be in your energy and to receive. There is no logic to it. That happens. But that's not every client, that's not even most of the clients. There's highly developed clients in terms of their trusting their intuition, trusting their energy. We've got to give grace to those clients and to human minds of our clients and help them to get that clarity. So what does this translate to? Into more masculine, grounded structures and language in your selling. So this is where, for instance, I created just a few days ago like a preview about what to expect inside of the academy, what you're actually receiving, yes, in terms of my codes and what programs are available, how it kind of works. Give clients clarity and help them to appreciate in a grounded way how do they benefit. Perhaps that they will be translating the business energetics principles into their selling, into their offers, into that pricing, really restructuring it deeply. At the same time, they'll be working with their archetypal and energetic self. So they will be shifting from the old paradigm of hustle and grind and logic to a whole new energetic paradigm when so much is possible and so forth. You know, so I'm really helping clients to understand more clearly, okay, I'm being called and it makes more sense why. And I feel clear and I feel safe to do that. I know it's going to be leap, but I feel safe or safer. I know I'll be held, so to speak. Okay? So here, I'll say it again, I have absolute clarity about who is it that I serve, what is it that I'm offering, what benefits does it have, this powerful energetic work, and I communicate it powerfully again and again through what I call double helix of communication. Yes, I call the soul, but also I help mind to be clear and assured. Yes? Now, before I move on, I will say this little bit about the clarity, because yes, clarity is important, but don't try to seek it. Don't try to seek the clarity. In fact, I'm going to link somewhere here if possible. If not, certainly it will be in description below. For those of you that feel like, but I don't have clarity on this, I don't have clarity on that. A video on clarity, confusion, clarity cycle. This will be your how, powerful how to gain clarity that will move you forward, how to work with that, I don't know moments, okay? The next belief that is deeply embodied in me is that there is always plenty of clients who are ready, who I don't need to convince or make ready. There are always plenty of amazing soul-aligned clients who are aligned with whatever way I'm serving and whatever price point there is. There's always plenty of clients for every level, every way of serving. This is why when I create even new offerings, I never go again to logic, but to my fully creative consciousness. It really comes from my heart and soul, because I know if I genuinely desire to serve clients this way, there in that desire, there's already clients waiting. So again, if you don't believe it, if you're still tempted to go out and look at the clients are separate from you, no. Energetically speaking, fundamentally, The clients are in your energy, and we're one with clients. Each client is a different expression, different mirror of your consciousness. So contemplate on these things, but mainly really, really bathe yourself in that knowing mantra, if you like, that there are always plenty of clients who are ready to work with you right now. That's so important. And finally, for this video, I have got really, really strongly embodied belief that it's not my words that sell, it's not specific strategies or techniques or sales techniques, marketing techniques, discounts, bonuses or anything like that sell out my offerings. Even though I use those, often I'm feeling inspired, create this bonus or create this offer. Sure, but it's not the right technique, the right strategy, the right words that actually sell. It's the energy that sells. It's my energy. It's my certainty in just how much I know that this work is invaluable, is life-changing, is business-changing, that business energetics is for every purpose-driven entrepreneur and leader, and it's life-changing, business-changing, game-changing. I know that. I'm also very certain that clients who are stepping into my programs will create phenomenal transformations. So it's my certainty that sells. It's the deep love for my clients, for their visions, for collectively, continually really growing the global consciousness through being in our gifts, being in our geniuses and selling it out. I love this work. I love my clients. I love my clients' vision. And I gave myself to it. I'm in energy of service. So I know that is what sells. If I were to put myself first, which sometimes I did in the past, we can all slip in and like, oh my God, but I want more money, I want more clients, I want this, I want that, I. We let the little human lead, then there is a different energy. And yes, slightly different words will come out, slightly different strategies will come out, but that's the source. That's what sells or repels. So yes, isn't that amazing that this gives you permission when you go on that next webinar or write that next sales letter? You don't need to use the perfect words. You don't need to get it perfect. You just gotta be fully you, and more of you embody, you are, you be, more you sell. And this is, of course, reason 527, if you have that calling to knock on the doors of Business Energetics Academy and step through it and make it your home for the next year and make it the most transformative months of your business and life, then it's a reason to follow it. Or perhaps you have a call to become my VIP client. Well, this is one of the many reasons why, because there is probably no better container in the world when you will become more of you, your fullness, your true power, and let that sell, let that scale your business. And that's life-changing. So anyway, that's my gentle invitation to explore Business Energetics Academy. Perhaps book a call with one of our mentors. We will leave the link below. And I have a beautiful gift for you as well. I remember that at some point earlier on in this beautiful business, I created for myself an audio with, roughly speaking, 333 beliefs of a sold-out coach. I called those mantras at the time 5 figures now. So it's very comprehensive. As you're listening to it, you will be listening to the entire belief set that really truly helped me to move from overlooked coach at the time and struggling coach to fully booked coach at the time, and 5 figures a month coach. So you know what? I digged out that audio. I still have it. I still consider it to be as powerful as it was those years back when I created it. So you know what? I will put the download link in the description of the video. Grab it for free, listen to it, and when you do, Don't do it from the position, I'll listen to this long enough until I believe it's true, or I convince myself that this is true. No, no, no. Instead, when you're listening to it, imagine you're stepping for a moment into a version of you that already holds these beliefs, into a version of you that already pre-exists, because he does already exist, okay? So I shall link this below. And my dear, I will see you wherever I will see you next time, whether it's inside of Business Energetics Academy or in the next video. So much love for now. Bye-bye.